It's not always the new hit thing is what I'm, is what makes me go bananas. It's a mindset.
I'm not that.
A very deliberate mindset.
I'm not like that at all.
And you're good. You're actually, like, you are much better for it. I'm so glad you don't have that mindset, and I wish I was like that. But,
you can train yourself, read higher quality books, higher vocabulary books.
You again with you in the books.
It's all about intelligence. You gotta play more Brain Age.
Ooh, I really want to buy Brain Age. I really want to get it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I have learned. I feel like I have learned from my stupid experiences, and I feel like
I got a friend
from now on I will not make the same decisions.
I got a friend who had video game fatigue after buying a Series X and realized that none of the new games coming out are actually any good. So he's like,
yeah, he's right.
No, not for Series X in general, just any.
Oh, just like, okay, any game.
Yeah, PS5, PC, none of those games appeal to him anymore. So he sold everything he owned for video games and stopped doing video games, and he doesn't regret it either.
I think it's one of those things where if I really wanted to totally leave video games entirely, I'd probably just stick to Steam and nothing else. Because, I mean, at the very least, I need my PC for school, so, like, I'm gonna use it anyway, might as well. Actually, that was the mindset. I just don't remember. That was pretty much it.
You can use a PC for work, too. I thought you were, like, learning, like, coding or something like that.
No, I wasn't doing. I was doing schoolwork. But yeah,
I know. But in school, what are you learning in college? Like what do you want to
no,
do?
it's just all my classes require like a computer.
But what's the degree in college?
The degree I'm going for is entrepreneurship.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I thought you were doing coding.
Oh no. There was a little while where I wanted to do coding, like before I really realized how difficult it was to make a game.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. Like you always like look at something like, oh, this is too hard, I'm not gonna do it.
Well, no, I mean like it's one of those things where when I was super young, I was like, oh, I want to make video games because I love video games, and then I'm like, oh wait, there's so much more that goes into that. It's not just like as simple as just, oh, here I want to do this.
Yeah.
Same thing with animation. Like, I wanted to do animation for a really long time.
I know, but that's the same thing with anything. You just gotta learn to do it. It's gonna be a challenge. It's a giant learning curve. But when you do,
I'm glad I didn't pursue video games though, because like, I feel like after a long period of time, I would be like, wait, why am I doing this? Like, why am I spending this much time trying to learn this? And I freaking dropped out of college, which I'm glad I'm not doing that.
Okay, well, I hate to break it to you, but entrepreneurship is not what it's all cut out to be, Beetle. There's a lot.
I mean, yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of difficulties along the way, and I know that I have backup plans for if the store just completely bombs, or if I can't get the store up and running, I have backup plans. I mean, entrepreneurship includes. Shut up, Ram. Entrepreneurship has a business degree along with it. It's not like just specifically entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of places that only have a requirement of a business degree that I can jump into.
Yeah, so like
quickly.
You can put on your resume that you had like a failed video game business, like you started a video game store and it failed, and you put on your resume like, okay.
It's not something you put on your resume.
Yeah, but you did it. Like for like 5 years, you had a video game store, but then it failed. Now
I mean, if it's for 5 years, yeah.
I know, but still 5 years isn't that long.
Oh my gosh, you're at the techno level. I remember that.
Yeah, the easiest level.
It reminds me of I think it's Cyber Peacock from Mega Man X7.
Yeah. The freaking funniest level of the game.
Oh yeah, I think this is why I mentioned the GameCube games. So you know how I said I still have Mario Kart Double Dash?
Yep.
And how I said the cover's gone, but everything else is there?
Yeah.
The reason I had Kirby Air Ride was because my cousin was desperately trying to get an official cover for all his GameCube games.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was like, "Hey, can I have your cover?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, I don't really want to give up my cover." And then he's like, "Fine, I'll give you Kirby Air Ride if you give me the Mario Kart Double Dash cover."
That was a good deal.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
And he sold it.
Yep, and then I sold it, and I feel really bad about it. And I'm glad I haven't told him yet. Actually, I'm pretty sure he won't care. I mean,
Yeah, I think telling me you sold it for $1.
Well, actually, I don't know how much I sold it for because it was my parents who sold it. Blame them.
I'm pretty sure you sold it for $1.
Blame them. That was the one point in time where I actually wasn't like totally specific on my opinion, like they were the ones that went to Vintage Stock alone and sold it. So technically, on that point, they could have just not sold it. So yeah. It's not fully my fault on that. In my mind, I was basically being forced to sell it, so...
You weren't forced.
I wasn't, but in my mind at the time, I'm like, really, you're forcing me to do this? And I was like... I remember crying.
Yeah, but I think your parents were right.
They were. But at the same time, they feel extremely bad about it to this day. That's why I never bring it up. I just think, at least for me, I think there's way easier solutions to teach a kid a lesson than doing something that drastic.
It's not that drastic.
I mean, it's like telling somebody, like, okay, so you know, you want this thing? Alright, well, let's take away everything else that you love. And all you have is a freaking toy ball and you know,
no, you're looking
your
at
own
the
company.
Way. You're working for it. You're selling your stuff. You're working. You're making money to get the thing you want.
No, it was like a freaking Christmas present, and that's what they called it at. They called it like, it was basically like, well, normally you get this for Christmas anyway, but we're gonna force you to sell stuff too. Like, if I wanted it in the middle of July, then, and I was begging for it then, like, okay, but... Look, I'm no parent, but I definitely parent differently, and given my how sad my parents were about it afterwards, like, I feel like they were, you know, they would parent differently as well if they were given the opportunity to change it.
They probably would have done the same thing.
Hey, don't talk back about my parents.
No, I probably would. I agree with the parents. I would have done the same thing to you.
Here, you know what? Sorry, Ram. I know I'm yet again coming back to this topic. But like, you know how I'm not gonna repeat my mistake with the PS5 when the PS6 comes out? I actually have debated before in my mind about possibly like selling my N64 because it's like, well, it's hard to find games.
You repeat the same thing. All the same mistakes you've done in the past, you don't do it again.
No, but here's the thing, and then I stop myself and go, wait a second, no, I'm not making that mistake again. I'm not doing it.
I know, but one day you won't be able to fight back, you're gonna do it again.
Ram, shut up. Just give me a little credit here, jeez. Like, you were so determined that I'm a moron.
I'm not saying you're a moron, I'm just saying you have average intelligence. You're easily manipulated by people. The average intelligence is 75.
1,000 IQ over here.
I have an IQ of 147, and the average intelligence is
You've been
75.
playing checkers, and I've been playing chess for years.
It used to be 95 back in the day, but people got stupid over time.
Ram's over here playing 4D chess.
I'm playing Atlantis SquarePantis because I'm a genius.
What's that game in Star Trek? Like the multi-layer chess? Like,
yeah, it's I think 4D chess. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? That's what we need to make a freaking watch video of. Original Star Trek. I've actually not seen a lot of... I've only seen a tiny bit of OG Star Trek.
It's good.
My brother really likes it, and my dad does too. I've seen a ton of Next Generation, and I love Next Generation.
Yeah.
I've seen almost the entire series of Voyager, and I really like that. And then I've seen the 3 new movies, which I really like the first 2, but the third one is really forgettable. So like, I really wouldn't mind watching OG Star Trek. At the very least, like, even if it, like, I'm hoping to enjoy it, but if I don't, at the very least, it'll be kind of like campy, fun.
It's not campy fun. It's very well written and very well spoken dialogue. So it's a very, very boring, I guess, show. If you like if you like heavy dialogue, you'll love it. I mean, there is camp in some episodes. Not every episode has camp in it, but there's some funny episodes of OG Star Trek.